Just a quick video then, going through my fanzines again. Video number umpteen million or whatever it is, I don't remember. Drunken Disorderly newsletter. Here's just a page from Dementia Zine when I got Dementia Zine sent to me. This was something called Taste Video Productions. This was a letter we got someone wanting to sign our band. Yeah, he wasn't really, he had a small label, wasn't really into metal, and I gave him the demo and he was like, only because he asked about it, I don't remember why. But anyway, he said, oh yeah, I'd like to sign you up, do this and that, and we was like, yeah, I can't be bothered. What's this called? It just says, oh, Hellraiser, Thrash Doom, Death Black Metal Grindcore Magazine, issue 14. Can't say I recall this one at all. Out of Belgium, this one. There you go. Nice and yellow. Right, Deathgasm number 1. I don't know, is this to do with Deathgasm Records? Yeah, I think so. It's got a Georgia address on the back of it. I don't know, the guy who did fucking hell. The guy who did Deathgasm is even written in here. It's Evan March. Yeah, I think he was from Atlanta, Georgia. His band Revulsion. But anyway, I didn't remember. He must have. I know he had a label as well. Deathgasm was the label. Revulsion was his band. This is a little newsletter. I'm guessing. It says ripped pages, no graphics, irrelevant rubbish, 2 free staples. It has got 2 free staples, but they're all in the one corner. All for 50p, including a stamp. It's a newsletter of some sort. It's got an article here, my favourite smell. I'm not sure if this is music related. There's a little poem there. The 10 things that suck. Oh, it's not a poem, it's just 10 things that suck, it's just a list. Any reviews? I'm not too sure. Anyway, weird. Right, Stone Skull Zine with artwork stolen from Fighting Fantasy book. Forest of Doom, isn't it? I think that's the Forest of Doom cover. This is issue number 2. £1.70, that's an odd price. Howdy and thanks for buying my zine enclosed. If you can find the time to write back and let me know what you think of it, it would be appreciated, as I'm always eager to hear people's opinions. Okay. Apparently I bought it. County Tyrone, Northern Ireland, so Irish scene. It's got a chorus of ruin. I know a little flick through at the end. Firefight magazine. I think this is a rubber band that's melted on there in the box. I hope it's a rubber band anyway. Firefight, quite a... Right, this one is not metal. I'm going to cover that up because there's a bit of nudity there, even though it is a cartoon. This is just a horrible thing, really. This is... I don't know how I got it, why I got it, I can't remember. It's just called Fuck, and this is number 17, and it's quite disturbing, really. Yeah, oh yeah, oh gosh, I'm not even going to flick through this. Oh god. Ugh. Yeah, it's not metal related at all. I remember oh Jesus Christ, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's just a horrible magazine. Quite weird. Quite offensive, quite racist, quite sexist. Yeah. And I remember there was a story. Oh, fuck me, I just showed the fucking bit I didn't want to show, didn't I? I remember there's a story in there about some bloke in prison area that throttling women and showing his power over them. I was like, oh fuck me, I don't think I'm reading this. I remember reviewing it in my fanzine and called it, like I said, it was from the home of the depraved and the land of the freaks, because it's some American guy. But yeah, it's not something I'll ever read again. That was Forked Tongue number 1 that I just showed. Then we have Drunken Disorderly, issue 666. That's that Dementia Zine that I think I mentioned having a letter just a second ago. What's that, the Matterhorn? I'm not too sure, some mountain or other. Oh, this is the Dead Sea zine. First, there's the Cropsy there. I just put a demo up on my, well, it's already on this channel, but I just put it up on my new channel, the one that I'm trying to promote, my new Metal Per TV channel. But I've already got to the point where I'm not bothered anymore. I'm really in a not bothered kind of frame of mind today. Maybe I'll get my my bothered back in a while, we'll see. Just accompanying letter. Storm Warning, 1-page newsletter. Number 2 of a fanzine called Metalurgia. Here we have quite a pro-looking zine. Is this? I'm assuming, yeah, it's a proper-looking. Yeah, where's it from? The Netherlands. It's something called Morticia Numbskull. This one is called The Crypt Volume 2. I'm guessing this is the Scottish Crypt by Greg. Was it Greg Whalen did this? Yeah. Did he go on to do some reviews for Terrorizer? Now that I'm thinking about it. Greg Whalen, I'm sure he might have done Terrorizer reviews as well. I vaguely recall, I'm not sure now. Oh, and I've got a comic discussion zine here, not metal at all. Battleground 5, the comics discussion zine. Axcatty says, buy 2 copies of this mag. There you go. Right, let's have a little flick through those, apart from the fuck one. I'm not going to show that one, because it's pretty much something you don't want to see on every page. Or something YouTube don't want you to see, that's for sure. Right. A bit silly doing this, to be honest, because most of the time I could look back on these videos and they're all bloody blurry. And it's like, well, that was a bloody waste of time. No one comments on them anyway, particularly, so it's like, Lady Arcane, the first lesbian superhero. I didn't know if she was, I'm not really familiar with her. The History of the Shadow. So this is obviously the comic book related one. The Shadow knows. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. There you go. Interview with someone or other. Yeah. 2 responses to In Defense of the Superhero. Fallout. That's not the game Fallout, is it? Imagine it's just a letters page or something. So Ace Comics. I used to shop with the, not the Colchester one, which is mentioned here. The one in Southend. I used to, when my one in East London closed down, I used to frequent the Ace Comics in Southend because my dad did that then. Every time I visited my dad, I'd pick my comic books up. Right, The Crypt Volume 2. Greg Whalen. Friends, readers, metal men. Hello and welcome to the 2nd issue of The Crypt. So we've got quite a few. Rain were quite a big band in the underground for a while. Forlorn, I think those are the guys that became. I forgot in a recent video I said it. Fuck it, bollocks. I sold or something like that. I sold. I don't remember now. Anyway, let's just flick through this. Lots of underground bands. Serenade. What happened to them fellas? I wonder if they're still doing their distro. Probably not. You get tired after a while of trying to get things noticed and failing. Ill disposed. I know I do anyway. Fluidity. Gospel of the Horns. Some reviews of fanzines. Oh, my money's in there. Oh, my first issue. Bloody hell, it must have been on the only person who got a first issue. Because I was all typewriter written. And, yeah, it was awkward. Put it that way. He just says, fuck me, a huge British first issue here, but not an altogether wonderful one. No, fair enough. Quantity as in everything, see, and the certain aspects of KFA leave much to be desired. Like the layout, for example, which is pretty awful. Yes. Unreduced single columns of text, sparse photographs and graphics, mediocre writing styles. However, Editor Gray and friends are doing the UK scene a lot of good by sticking their collective neck out and actually interviewing some domestic bands. Also, their enthusiasm, as with most first issues, refreshing, and they have a good, if drunken, and silly sense of humour to boot. Yeah, it was terrible. It was done on a typewriter, and yeah, it was awful. The layout was awful, but yeah, lots of interviews there with lots of different bands in there. Yeah, I said no graphics because this is before. I think by the second issue I had a or was it the third? No, the second issue I had a. My mum used to clean for some people, and one of them gave her an old. I can't remember what they're even called now. Before computers, it was like typewriter mixed slightly with a computer, but not a computer. I've said it on previous videos of this, and I can't remember the bloody word now. But anyway, yeah, we got that, and yeah, so from then they started getting a little bit better, and then by about the fourth issue, I had a PC complete with lots of lovely editing packages to make a nice layout and stuff. Right, Metallurgia. Still got some of my old fanzines if anyone wants to buy them off me. Oh look, something to do with my band here. Oh, it's all in foreign. Where's this from? Metallurgia. It says, "O suffering sa uma banda death metal inglese qui iniziò a sua attività a società dois." Yeah, he probably says this is a fucking load of shit. Probably. This is the early lineup. This is when we just did. This is the Tanglewell Despair. Tanglewell Despair was just literally done on a bedroom with a blinking 4-track recording set up with a drum machine that sounded like a fucking fridge falling downstairs. Yeah, it was rough, but yeah, it had some moments. Yeah. Staples. No staples in Metallurgia. Right, so it's just a storm one. This is just a newsletter. Mentions desecration, pyogenesis, extreme noise terror, esoteric. I'll leave that out. It's a letter from Rob Spain. I'll leave that on. I won't show you that. Rob Spain was the editor of Drunk and Disorderly. Right, Necropsy. As I say, they're on my both of my channels. One of their demos is up on both of my channels if you want to go and check that out. Right, I'm going to flick through quickly because I know for a fact no fucker watches these anyway. Yeah, so what's the point? Lots of reviews. It's not a bad format. Theatre Tragedy, Camphor, Kayla Filth, Primordial, Hibernoid, Varathron. Yeah, that'll do. Just quick flips, guys. Not going to go crazy. Right, Dementia Zine. Oh, my band are in there. I thought a film we might be. Arbor Angel, Eternal Tears of Sorrow. Actually, when I see my band in these fancies, I feel like a bit of a rip-off really, because we didn't really do much. We had like 2 demos. First one was rough as arseholes. Second one weren't great either, to be honest. And yeah, just whatever. Shame we never got around to recording everything again in a good format, you know. But to be honest, my voice is crap anyway, so it makes no difference. Here's Suffering. Yeah. Why not a very professional artwork cover? Problems with money? Yeah. Yeah, this is a review when I'm linking from the first demo. So, yeah, I'm surprised anyone even bothered interviewing us, to be honest. Right. But thanks for those that did. Drunk and Disorderly number 666. I think it's just number 6, really. There's Asher Mortality. Amorphous interview, In Flames, Moonspell, Intoxicate. There's a couple of competitions in here, which I can't bother to look at. Dusty Filed, Narcosis, Rotting Christ. Right, some live reviews. See if he's reviewed any of my gigs. There's one here, Cenobite, Cause and Effect and Dark Entity at the Royal Standard. I'm pretty sure that was a gig that I put on, I would guess. This is at the Royal. Yeah, this is definitely one of our gigs as well. Narcosis, Flesh Feast, and Sinister Urge. I think this is the one where I think they played at the Devil's Church the night before, and he fucked them over or something, and they beat him up. He come to our gig and they give him a bit of a kicking. Can't remember now. What's this say? It was just before Flesh Feast came on that I actually got around to seeing the hole that someone had made in one of the standards' newly erected walls the week before, which Club Brain did being asked to pay £100 to repair. Hole, it was more like a dent. And when you build walls of paper mache in a music venue, you have to expect that sort of thing. Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, there's a review. It's wonderful going out again for the first time in ages. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I can't bother fucking read that. That's only he was probably too busy getting pissed now. I've got a feeling I've read these. I might have actually read them myself, like when I was flicking through them recently. So maybe that's why they're feeling more recently in my memory. I think I might have had a flick through that as I was going through them myself off camera. Right, Forked Tongue. Yeah. This is a definite like early computer layout. This is done in what's that program used to be called? Publisher. Microsoft Publisher used to be the thing. Book called Satan that I did a review of. That'll do. Firefight. This is a bit more not mainstream. Maybe no. It's less underground. Not going to say it was mainstream, but it's definitely less underground. This is a different Ice Age. This is not the Ice Age. Dark Angel. Yeah, I reviewed some bigger bands. It was a little bit more varied in its stuff as well. It wasn't all underground stuff. It wasn't all like one genre, and I think. Come on. Nice, big, easy to read layout. So I think that's a previous. I think this is Mike Exley that did this. Mass Infestation. That's the band Infestation they're talking about. Anyway, that's enough of that. Stone Skull Zine. Oh, there's a letter. I read that actually a bit ago. It's all falling to pieces. This is Warp Spasm. Anthropomancy, Esoteric, Warlord, that became Warlord UK at one point, Chorus of Ruin, this page is doubled over for some reason. Putrefy. Oh no, they all are. They're all doubled over pages. Must have been something to do with the way they printed them out. Mourn, Rosicrucian. Seems like a waste of print out to me. Seems weird. Anyway, that's enough of that. Right, this is Nothing to Declare 5. You can't even read that. It's only worth me looking at it. There's no pictures in there, but I think it says in the beginning there's no pictures. Some reviews of demos and stuff. Paul Merton live at the Palladium. Eddie Izzard. So reviews of videos as well, I'm guessing. Very boring kind of font, really. But it was just like something to put the word out to people, really. That's weird. Here it says it's called Nothing to Declare, and on the back it mentions being called Storm Warning. So did they change the name of the thing halfway through? Right, this is the Deathgasm little mag. Was it just to promote his bands? It's not a high level layout or anything. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of printed flyers there. Is that what it is? Just flyers printed out. Alright, fair enough. It seems to be mostly just flyers. Yeah, it's all flyers. Well, that's a weird way of doing things. Is that all stuff associated with him? And rather than putting individual flyers, you're putting them all up in a fanzine. Makes them hard to read, to be honest. Maybe it's just my eyes. I was trying to thread a needle last night. I can't fucking do it. I was thinking, if they made the holes in these needles smaller. Yeah, quite short, low energy kind of, not really going into depth, all these reviews. Back to printing out more flyers. So, right, Hellraiser, nice and yellow, if you like that kind of thing. from Belgium. Nice border. I like the border around the thing. That looks quite cool. Various underground bands. Quite a few I've not heard of. Carcarias, that's not the same band I used to play on my show, I don't think. I think they were an Italian band, that's a French band. Maybe it's got a similar name. Or exactly the same name. Plague Bearer. Bolt Thrower from the UK, a review. Gomorrah from the UK, a review. Yeah. An advert for Holy Records. Right, Drunken Disorderly issue 1. Not an awful lot of information there. And the accompanying letter from Dementia Zine. Interview with Chris Gordon, whoever the hell he is. Wild Heart. Ugh. Yeah, that was a bit of a weak one. And that's the letter from the guy who wanted to sign my band. We never had the material to do it. Anyway, dear Grey, ace mate, suffering is excellent. My mate Steve's turned me on to Death and Thrash, and this is great. I don't think the quality's bad, it sounds fine to me. Well, it was a 4-track with a drum machine, so it weren't that great, mate. But then I only listened to content and never to technical quality. However, I don't like the quiet beat at the start, and I'm not into the one by the other band after yours. Okay, yeah, I put a track from Dark Heresy on the end to sort of like just fill up a little bit of gap and give them a bit of a plug. Anyway, that's it. I can't bother to show anymore or talk anymore. Cheers for watching and cheerio.